Right now on MSNBC Saturday, desperation in Haiti. Aid from all over is reaching the country, but reaching the people in need is a greater challenge. Live reports from the quake-ravaged country as the scope of disaster grows. Hundreds of thousands are in need of food and water. Some have not eaten since the quake Tuesday. Lines are long. Patience is short where aid is available. Plus the miracles. Amid the devastation, we're going to have the story of the little girl who survived after spending days under debris. You're going to hear from her rescues. It is a story worth waiting for. Good morning, everyone. I'm Alex Witt, and welcome to MSNBC's continuing coverage of the earthquake in Haiti. We begin with the very latest headlines for you. Some high-powered help is on the way for those victims. The USNS Comfort just left Baltimore a few minutes ago for Port-au-Prince. The Comfort is a floating hospital and can treat 500 patients a day. It is expected to arrive sometime on Thursday. Authorities in Haiti say as many as 200,000 people are now dead after that earthquake, and some 40,000 victims have already been buried in mass graves. Among the survivors, there are between 2 and 3 million people in need of food, water, shelter, and health care. The Pentagon says 4,200 American forces are now in Haiti, and by Monday, that number will be more than 10,000. And right now, Secretary of State Hillary Clinton is headed to Haiti to inspect the damage. For more, I'm joined live from Port-au-Prince by NBC's Michelle Kosinski. Michelle, since the last hour, what have you been able to learn?
Hi, Alex. The role of the U.S. military is enormous right now, and we're starting to see the good of what they're doing. Constantly taking off with shipments of water, where they're dropping it off to the people who need it the most. They're also setting up some security areas. The 82nd Airborne is here from Fort Bragg, North Carolina, and also Air Force Special Ops is still doing search and rescue missions. We're hoping to see some of that firsthand just in a short while, but they're still finding people, and they have all their best equipment out here, just working constantly to do what they can.
And Michelle, do you get a sense right now it is still a rescue and recovery operation? I mean, that along with the security?
Yeah, you know, those critical 72 hours that we talk about to find people alive, that ended at 5 p.m. yesterday. But we know that late yesterday afternoon, there were still people being found alive in the rubble. You know, if there are air pockets, there's no telling. We've seen people pulled from other disasters much later than that. So they're certainly not by any means giving up on any of these people where they know that there are still people trapped. So they're going out in missions to find people at places in and around Port-au-Prince. We were far outside of the capital yesterday, even as far as 8 hours away. People were saying that there were many deaths, that there were collapsed buildings in those areas as well. It's been much harder for aid organizations and the military to get out to those areas, but they're trying. They're definitely trying, and we're seeing just the sheer amount of supplies and work and people power out here is really staggering, Alex. Yeah, well, they're getting right to where they need to be going, and we thank you for that, Michelle Kosinski. We appreciate it. And we're also hearing more from the survivors of the earthquake in Haiti. When 20-year-old Melissa Elliott left home for Haiti, she had no idea that her humanitarian effort would turn into one of the most terrifying moments of her life. Missy became trapped in the rubble of her collapsed hotel before finally climbing out. Well, Missy, along with her mom, sat down with me earlier this morning to describe the ordeal.
We had gotten back from doing some work Tuesday during the day, and we had about 2 hours till we had a reflection meeting. And I went upstairs. Everyone kind of just stayed outside, and I went upstairs to take a shower. And I got out of the shower, blow dried my hair, and I started walking out of the bathroom, and everything started shaking. And I ran to the 2 beds in between them, and the ground just fell beneath my feet.
What floor were you on?
The 2nd floor.
So you literally fell down?
Yeah.
Were you trapped at all?
No, I was pretty lucky. There was nothing really, you know, on top of me. I was able to move around the room somewhat, and then I was able to climb to the room next to me and then jump down and climb underneath the roof.
And this happened in, how long did this take?
I was in the room for about 5 minutes because I tried to find my cell phone because it worked over there, you know, so we could call for help, and I couldn't find anything anywhere.
And she wasn't able to call her mom, Linda, who certainly would have loved to call, though she did make a call to her pretty soon thereafter. 4 of Missy's fellow classmates, along with 2 faculty members from Lynn University, are still missing in Haiti. Well, the U.S. Air Force is now managing air traffic control in Haiti. It is part of the increasing role being played by the U.S. military. And for more now on this, we have NBC's Ann Curry.
America's military is here, answering Haiti's call for help with a steady stream of military hardware, helicopters, C-130s, bringing in medicines, food, water, and manpower, and taking out hundreds of Americans, the young, the old, and the injured, including missionaries.
Well, I love Haiti. I would stay longer, but I've been told that it's not safe. It's a great place. People are wonderful there. But it's a sad situation.
The aircraft carrier, the USS Carl Vinson, is now offshore, speeding up the delivery of aid. And none too soon, says the U.S. Coast Guard, which has been dealing with the impact of this earthquake for days.
Aboard this Coast Guard helicopter, we're getting a chance to get a close-up look at the challenge the U.S. military is facing.
A Coast Guard boat takes us where cars cannot, to the Killication Coast Guard base. Here, Coast Guardsmen are engaged in a desperate battle to save lives. Everywhere you look, people suffering massive injuries, and they keep coming with crushed limbs, severe infections, broken bones. Commander John Driscoll.
We were making splints out of wood, out of plastic, everything that we had on the ship. We took plastic ceiling tiles down and made splints out of them last night to try to help.
And because they have no doctors and only 2 medical corpsmen, a computer specialist is giving shots to fight infections. A ship's engineer is treating a man with lacerations. And a chief cook is helping a woman with disfiguring injuries.
They haven't had the luxury of talking to a doctor at all. They've been doing everything on their own with their training. They've been trained really well, but they're doing everything from their training, and if they aren't sure, they're just going with what they think is best. They're doing
another choice?
There is no other choice. These people have no other hope right now. This is it.
Larry Berman is a medical corpsman.
I have a guy right there who has an absolute crush wound. His whole arm is just crushed. He's just barely holding on. He's also had his whole face has been, we've sutured up his whole face, and he actually had maggots in the back of his head. So we've been working for 7 hours for this guy, but without a surgeon to take off the arm, we're in big trouble.
They are doing all they can until the USS Comfort and other medical ships arrive, still a week away, helping the people of Haiti hold on.
NBC's Ann Curry reporting there. And as we've been saying, aid is slowly reaching the 3 million Haitians who need help. The United Nations says the World Food Program is providing high-energy biscuits and ready-to-eat meals to around 8,000 Haitians several times a day. The agency will be scaling up to feed approximately 1 million people within 15 days and 2 million people within a month. Well, George W. Bush has arrived at the White House. Bill Clinton is on his way. This ahead of a scheduled meeting with the president in the Oval Office. The former leaders are spearheading the push for private funds to help Haiti in its recovery. And NBC's Mike Vaquera is also at the White House for us. Mike, good morning.
Good morning, Alex.
We understand the president has already warned this situation in Haiti is going to get a lot worse before it gets better. So what is the administration doing to try and ensure that the situation in Haiti turns around as quickly as possible?
Well, in addition to all of the steps and all of the resources that have been mobilized, both military and civilian, that were mentioned in many of the reports that we've just seen coming in to me today, the president welcomes back George W. Bush. It's almost been 1 full year. It will be on Wednesday since the inauguration. President Bush has not been here since that time, and President Clinton, they will largely reprise what President Clinton and George H.W. Bush did in the years 2004 and 2005 in the aftermath of that earthquake and resulting tsunami in Indonesia. They will get the American people mobilized in terms of donations, in terms of what they can do to help out this tragic situation that we see unfolding in Haiti. Back in 2005, they raised some $1 billion for earthquake relief in Indonesia. They hope to have a similar success in Haiti. President Clinton has a long history, personal and professional, in Haiti. He is the UN ambassador to Haiti at this point. He actually honeymooned with the Secretary of State there back in 1975 and has been back frequently. Also today, the Vice President, along with Dr. Jill Biden, Biden and the Secretary of Homeland Security, Janet Napolitano, going down to South Florida, visiting the Haitian American community there. They're also going to be visiting an air base that's serving as a staging area for much of the relief effort going south to Haiti. And Secretary Clinton, we mentioned her before, but she is en route to Haiti at this point as well, bringing some supplies. Actually, we're told from NBC's Andrea Mitchell, who's traveling with the Secretary, they went down to a local drugstore to bring supplies to the American Embassy personnel, as well as many other tons of supplies that they're bringing. She will meet with Haiti's President Rene Preval later today. Alex.
Okay.